Discover the foundation of F12 with our fearless CEO and founder, Alex Webb. In this chat, Alex uncovers the layers of managed IT services and their remarkable benefits.
Managed IT services are, you're buying an outcome versus a thing or an hour. And that outcome can be a server that hosts your applications, and that all the things that need to be done on that server to maintain it, keep it up to date, are all done included in the managed service. So you're buying a fixed outcome, but dominantly wrapped around a device. So a computer, a laptop, a firewall, a switch, a server, all of these things that go into the network are all things that get put into the managed services agreement. And it's just an easy way to outsource the IT, because you're like, I want to buy a server, but I want to make sure it's patched and updated and backed up. And because if you don't do those things properly, it fails. And if it fails, it costs you money. If you need technology to be there, it needs to be reliable, a managed services type arrangement is by far, at least in market, is one of the best.
What are some of the advantages?
There's a term we use, and it's called referenced architecture. It's a set of technologies that the people within the company are well trained on to support. If you're a single company trying to do that with a small IT shop, right, or a very small IT firm, you could end up doing too many things. There's only so many firewall front ends that yes, a firewall does what a firewall does. However, the management interface for those are hyper complex. So what referenced architecture does is it really narrows the scope that you've picked from a technology stack that you're going to support and implement. So one of the advantages from a customer receiving that is the reliability goes up tremendously, because there's a lot of false warranty management sort of in the other universe where people think it's broken, but it was just configured wrong. And so they're frustrated because it's not working. Mm-hmm. A new one comes in and it still doesn't work. And so the reliability of the whole picture really is affected. What I would say with the number one advantage of a managed service, if there's a referenced architecture, is that reliability. The second would be sort of around the cost predictable. And so for us, I know we do very well in the kind of client that is, they're doing a lot of acquisitions. So they have 29 locations. Well, they already know when they buy the next 5 exactly what it's going to cost them. So there's no guesswork or get a quote or any of those things. So that level of cost certainty really plays a role.
What are some other advantages when it comes to the security element?
Security isn't the job of an appliance, it's a strategy. And I think people get it wrong because they think it's an application, or they think it's a firewall, or they think it's not. It's a whole bunch of things. It's the training, it's the policies, so you know, if a managed service is mature, it would include a number of elements that would wrap and make sure that the environment's secure. So the ability for the bad guys to get in is greatly reduced just as a result of following that.
Where does F12's managed IT services excel? Like in what areas?
There's a number of fronts that I feel that it sort of does. And I think first off, like, let's just make sure we put a box around managed services, because typically a managed service provider would take care of those desktops and the server and provide, you know, take care of that firewall. But there's these other layers that start to come in. Data center services, cloud services, license optimization and management. These are all things that are sort of now layers that sort of go beyond making sure that the desktop is backed up or the server's backed up, that the applications are running. Those are all important things. Those are all need to be wrapped. But at F12, we've gone beyond, and not just beyond in that we do them, and beyond in that we actually took the time to certify and to make sure that what we're providing is top of market and best of breed. So when we think about data center, it's about uptime, and it's about reliability of those services. And so now if you sort of take the managed services offering a layer on all of that, it becomes very powerful.
And what sort of organizations would be best fit for F12?
One would be the business leader of a scaling, growing operation that doesn't have an IT department, or that IT department is really focused on their application stack. And so for those, we're a perfect fit, because our all-encompassing managed services, all of that can wrap and really make sure they have exactly what they need. Yeah, the CFO, the CEO, the COO. But the other part is that when a business grows to a certain size, and that might happen at 200 or 300 employees, where they go, hey, it's better to have an internal IT team. So we play a really big role with IT leaders in really helping them with their goals, because the difference is that IT leader is going to have initiatives that they need to do for the business. They won't get to exercise their skill in a small company. So, and I think this is the error that most firms make, is they think that they can sort of bring it all in, and it's just about impossible. Up till you're probably maybe 4,000 or 5,000 employees.